everyone, my name is Anushka Jha and I welcome you all to Adgully's new segment, that is CMO Unplugged, a series where we interview CMOs of various sectors. And right now with us we have Vikram Bahl, the CMO at United Breweries. Hello sir.
Hello.
So for our audience, a quick background check. So we are at the Kingfisher's new product launch, that is two different new flavored beers, I would say. So I'm really curious to understand what made Kingfisher, get into this, because I believe flavored beers is not something new in the market. So what are your plans and how does this align with the brand's, vision?
Yeah, sure. Thank you firstly for this. Kingfisher is an iconic brand in the country.
Yes.
I think as everybody knows, and it's also a very innovative brand. So we always try to catch on to trends early, and then given the scale of the brand, we try and democratize that to make it available to more people due to our sheer scale, our distribution, and so on. There is a trend of flavors right now in the country. It's a food and beverage product.
Yes.
The number one driver for liking of any food and beverage product is taste. So hence providing variety in that makes so much sense. And globally, flavors are a big thing even in beer and in other beverages. In India, like you said, this may not be the first flavored beer, but it's minuscule right now. Just very, very limited. It's not even in decimals, the flavor beer market in India. And by a brand like Kingfisher coming into it, we hope we can grow this segment.
Okay.
And we've done a lot of work to arrive at what these flavors should be, and I can talk a little bit more about that.
Okay. So talking more about the promotional side, are there any marketing strategies or any campaigns, any brand celebrity influencer association to promote the new flavored beers, I would say?
Yeah. Before I talk about that, let me talk a little bit more about the flavors.
Okay.
So what we did was that when we said we want to go after flavors, we felt that we want to latch on to the trend of street food.
Okay.
So that's the exciting bit here. Street food is so big in the country. And we said, why can't we bring an element of street food into beer as well? And we said, okay, what are the popular street food ingredients, flavors, etc. And we tested a whole lot of them. And mango and lemon came out as the top liked elements of street food. And then we did our twist on that.
Okay.
So hence we have lemon masala, and with mango we did a berry twist on it. So and then we went and shared these ideas with consumers. They loved it. And then we went and tested the product with consumers, and it was a big hit.
Okay.
So we are very excited about this offering that we are bringing. Now, as you know, Alco-Bev is we cannot advertise
directly.
So we do not advertise, but there are enough ways and means of making consumers aware. And the number one way to make consumers aware of it is the store, because it's an impulse product. So what we will do is that we are right now going to focus on premium stores in on-trade. On-trades are like bars and restaurants and so on, and off-trade, premium off-trade stores. So we'll make sure that we have amazing visibility there. We will train the staff, whether it's waiters, bartenders, counter salesmen, so that they know what this product is about and they can recommend to their customers. We will do sampling in stores and so on. So these are some of the things we will do to create awareness and generate trial for this product.
Okay, so actually my next question was about what made you decide two of these flavors in particular, but I think that's already been answered, so I'll quickly hop on to my next question. So as I already mentioned, flavored beers is not something new in the market. So because as an audience, active audience from this sector, I would like to understand what are the consumer preference, particularly in the alco-bev industry over the years has been evolved. If you like to mention some of them, but why did you choose to forte into this particular segment?
It's a very exciting sector. It has a high degree of involvement from from consumers. They're always wanting to try new things, experiment with new things. And as you may have noticed in the last couple of years, we've actually launched a lot of new products. And each of those has leveraged a trend in the market. So we launched Heineken Silver a couple of years back, and that was leveraging the trend of people wanting more sessionable beers, which are a little lighter, which are less bitter, and still very premium quality. It's like 100% malt. Then we launched Queenfisher last year, and that was again leveraging the trend of women now coming into a lot of working women. They're socializing, they're out to have a drink or whatever, and that's why we came out with Queenfisher. And just a couple of months back, we launched Amstel Brandy.
Okay.
And that takes into account again this trend of sessionability in strong beers, in premium international strong beers.
Okay.
So we've been kind of keeping an eye on all these trends and launching products to make sure that we are ahead of them. This one on flavors, again, I will emphasize, it may not be the first flavored beer, but it's coming from the house of Kingfisher. And for many consumers, if you go and ask 100 beer drinkers in the country and ask them, have you ever tried a flavored beer? I can bet you 99.5% people will not even be aware of the concept of flavored beer. And I think that's something Kingfisher will change.
Okay, but there's also been rise of, I would say, craft beers, and just like if we talk about flavored beers, craft beer is something where people, as an audience, could explore the options more and more. So how has Kingfisher observed the changes typically in the consumer demographics, and particularly does this have more the younger audience inclined?
Yeah. No, I think the fact that craft beers are emerging, that's actually really great, because I think all this adds to the excitement of the category, right? People have more options. They a lot of times get into the category through craft beer, but then when they want to have bottled beer, guess what? This is the brand which is widely available. So I think all this is good for the category, and more players coming in is always great. We have like ultra wheat beer, so it's a wheat beer, which is available in a bottled format, in a can, etc. So people can try that out also.
Okay, so since we already spoke, like alcobev brands cannot like directly advertise themselves, but there always been celebrity association. So how, like, what is the importance of influencer marketing, I would say, or maybe any sort of celebrity endorsements, especially for products like these, and how have you seen the change, like from the consumer perspective, and how does these promotional tactics are currently?
For our alcoholic brands, we do not use influencers and celebrities.
Okay.
So that's completely off limits, so we don't do that at all.
Okay.
I think what we do is that again, let's say in on-trade outlets, in pubs and bars, we leverage the influencers there, which is the bartenders. Or talking to bartenders who are influential, we use that.
Okay.
So that's how
those are the real influencers.
Those are the real
brand.
influencers.
Okay.
That's what makes them. We have enough evidence that that's the number one driver of preference for alcobev brands.
Okay, and hopping on to some specifically, if I talk about the global market, what are there certain kind of trends which you have observed and are planning maybe to, which has caught your attention, I would say, and are planning to use the strategies in Kingfisher's plans, which has been influenced from the international market, something in the pipeline?
No, that's a good question, and we have trends of our own in the country, but we also tend to pick up trends in the West as well. And to be honest, flavors, one of our inspiration is seeing that flavors is pretty big in other parts of the world. So that's a trend we picked up from rest of the world and have brought it into this market. And something like wheat beer that we launched that picked up the wheat beer trend, and we are leveraging that. And yes, down the line we may have other things like zero. We have Heineken 0.0 globally.
Okay.
So that is a non-alcoholic beer which tastes exactly like Heineken beer, but it has none of the alcohol.
Okay.
And that's doing extremely well globally. So we have that in the country over here, and we will build that in the country as well. It's not a big segment here, but down the line it could be big.
Okay, and there's been a lot of talks about sustainability literally from every other brand. So I would like to understand more from the Kingfisher as a brand perspective. How are you integrating these implements into your, maybe say, the marketing strategies?
No, we are an extremely responsible company. We are part of a big global multinational.
Yes.
So we are very, very conscious on our sustainability efforts. If you go to our annual report, we publish all our sustainability efforts. A big priority for us is water conservation. So we have clear targets. We continue making progress on that. We encourage and we are working with farmers because we want to make sure one of the very important ingredients in our products is barley. And so we are working with farmers in areas where barley grows to increase barley plantation and to help facilitate their livelihood, at the same time localize barley production. So there's a ton of efforts that go on into that.
Okay.
And that's something we transparently declare as well.
Okay, and lastly, since we are at the start of the year, would you like to give us walk us through the roadmap of Kingfisher's plans maybe for the year ahead, just like a quick, a sneak peek from the Indian market in particular?
Yeah, look, we will have non-stop action on Kingfisher, right? It's a fantastic brand, so I don't want to talk about my future plans, but if you look in the past years, Kingfisher is all about being larger than life. It's the king of good times. So we will continue.
And more about the expansion,
yes. So if you talk about Kingfisher Flavours, for example.
Yes.
So Kingfisher Flavours, we are starting the launch in Daman and then Goa, and then we will expand it to other states in the country as well.
Okay.
So the next state to follow most probably is going to be Maharashtra.
Okay.
And then we'll follow it up with other states as well. And in this category, there is a process to launch a product. We need the necessary regulatory approvals, and every state has its own timing. So we are a little bit governed by that.
Okay. I believe that's it. So
Fantastic.
Thank you so much,
Great
and looking forward to the more such flavors. And
yes.
yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.